What is up, everybody? We're Rolling Audio here today on episode 66 of The Harder Show. How the hell are you? I hope you have an absolutely fantastic weekend so far. Thank you so much for tuning in, clicking that play button on today's episode of the podcast, the Sunday episode of the podcast. Hope you're sitting with your feet up while you are listening, or you're getting some chores done around the house, or whatever you're doing. However you're listening, thank you. I sincerely appreciate it. Got a very cool episode for you here today, guys. I sat down with two of my buddies, Mr. Garrett Coles and Mr. Matthew Cannons, and we just kind of hang out having some beers. And I went, you know what, we're gonna go to podcast, because why the hell not? And it is the start of something I think that is going to be very cool. Something I'm going to talk a little bit more about in the podcast, but it's definitely something we're going to see again. Just hang out with your buddies, drinking some beers, and talking about a bunch of random BS. We talk about so much random stuff. Talk a little bit about in the intro, the beginning of how loud my fridge is and how I had to literally unplug it for the podcast. A little bit about Garrett's new career path. We talk politics for some reason. We talk about this clown situation that's going on right now and what I'm going to do to solve it. Then leading into the show The Arrow. And who in the group would be in the group and that kind of thing. Drinking game phrasing. If you guys don't know what that is, Garrett will explain it. Music, concerts, local bands, a whole bunch of other stuff with lots of shout-outs in between there. So definitely a fun episode. Really hope you guys enjoy it. Let's get into it. Yeah, I got you. When you got to unplug the fucking fridge, just because it's just interrupting the podcast. It's just how it goes. But we're hanging out at the kitchen table, ladies and gentlemen, of the Harder Show Studios, having some beerses with two of my best buddies in the world here.
You putting me on the same page as Matt?
Fuck
this shit. I'm out. See you, boys.
All right, see you later.
All right, see you, Garrett.
You're clipping anyway, so we'll see you later. So we got 2 Count Garrett Coles over here.
How you doing?
Now, do you want to explain real quick why that is your nickname?
2 Count?
Yes.
Like, it's one of my 8 nicknames, because when I watch wrestling, every time the referee goes 2, I get really excited.
He gets very excited because he knows he can count to 2.
Yeah, and then if they count to 3, I don't know what to do with myself.
Yeah, he doesn't know. He's basically he loves John Cena matches, basically.
No, I fucking hate John Cena, to be honest.
We'll get to that. And then, of course, we have making his second appearance on the Harder Show, ladies and gentlemen, the Mark Matthew Cannons.
Thanks for having me.
You're a critically acclaimed episode.
Why are you talking so socially acceptable? Thanks for having me, guys.
I'm sorry. I'm so used to listening to better podcasts.
You're the friend you...
I'm sorry. Whoa!
Okay. You're the friend we invite over to impress our parents to try and prove that our friends are well-behaved, when in reality, we're just ridiculous people.
That makes sense.
That's a terrible characterization of you.
He basically just insulted you.
I know.
You piece of shit.
It's okay. So
I'm the one that comes over and talks to the parents and makes sure the fact that they don't think all their friends' kids are douchebags.
And then you eat all the pudding cups, Adam.
Then you eat all the pudding cups. See, now
At least you can have your pudding cups, because I don't like pudding.
Good.
Well, there you go. See now, I'm sitting around. I'm going, man, I got to pull a podcast out of my ass for tomorrow. What am I going to do? And I knew, Garrett, you and I were going to hang out. And I said, well, let's just see who else is around. The heel Ryan Wood was possibly going to be here, but he is not here.
He's got that Thanksgiving goodness.
Yes, he's got Thanksgiving dinner, so that's cool. Hope you're having a good time, buddy. But in true Harder Show tradition,
some pie. Because
you are not here, screw you.
All right, so is this officially the Smash Ryan Wood podcast then?
No. Actually, I got nothing but love for the heel Ryan Wood.
All right, well, that's another time.
That's another. We'll bash Ryan another time. But we're hanging out. We're drinking some beerses, and we're just gonna kind of hang out. I don't really have anything to talk about.
This is like that one podcast we did. If you haven't listened to it, go listen to. I have no fucking idea.
Yeah,
I'm just saying, we have no fucking idea.
I'm like, you know what? We're gonna have some beers. We're gonna turn on the mics and just see what happens.
I'm gonna get that on my tombstone. I figured that out. And if I ever die, because I'm gonna look.
If I ever die,
if I look into immortality, I'm gonna get like my tombstone to say, I have no fucking idea how this happened. That's going to be on my grave.
I just have no idea what's going on.
I have no idea what's going on.
If you ever die randomly, I'll make sure that happens.
I'm 100% putting in it that you're the cause.
Probably.
You're going to be the reason I die.
So how would Matt? How would this happen? In your eyes, how would you kill Garrett? Even if it was accidental.
If you mention clowns, I will snap your neck.
Okay, then I guess I'm going to be dying first.
Yep, damn right.
I guess I'm going to be dying first.
I was going to go up to Lindsay, go find Garrett's best friend up there, the clown.
Can I kill him? Can I kill him on the podcast? Will that be good ratings?
Sure can.
Good ratings?
Absolutely. You kill someone on the podcast, maybe we'll get some ratings.
So I was going to take you into the woods and...
I live in the woods.
Yeah,
further in the woods.
Further in the woods.
You can't go further than I've been.
I could go further than I've
when
been.
I take people to the cottage, they're like, this is where Garrett's taking me to die. Woody, honest to God, we're driving up the road to my cottage, and he's like, Garrett's going to axe murder me. And
I knew there was something. See, what's the cool thing about your cottage is when you're going up, like you pass by like the train tracks there.
Yeah. Which time? Like all 3 times?
Yeah. And it's like, I feel like this is where I'm going to die.
This is where I'm going to... And then you actually get there and you're like, this place is beautiful.
Yeah, it's very axe murdery at first.
Yeah,
though.
it's got like that
like
little...
then you see it and you're like, oh, this is beautiful.
It's
But
got
like,
that nice hint of crazy.
just a little bit. Like you might die from being
I don't
shot
know. I've
by
never
an
had
axe.
had the experience of
Next
going
year.
up there.
Next year.
Next year?
I'll take you up next year.
All right.
This year I had a little bit of an inventory limit for people to bring up, but
Yeah, I know. Plus,
a-
also I had to work that
yeah, we talked about that
Yeah.
because we almost brought you up last
because I
minute.
almost was just going to go. Here's my sleeping bag. I'm coming up anyway.
One of TJ's actually most like top things he's ever experienced in his life happened at my cottage.
What was
I don't
that?
know if he remembers it or not, but I actually took him up in a helicopter.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I don't
So,
recall this.
who got injured?
As a kid, when the first the first and only time you've ever been to my cottage as kids was when my uncle landed on the lake on his helicopter, and then he landed on the back road.
I do not remember this.
Yeah,
My memory's
100%.
bad,
My
though.
mom rants about it all the time about the only time you've been to the cottage, you got taken up in a helicopter, and then she said she could never ever top it again because it was like a once in a lifetime like chance of happening, and then you were just happened to be there for it. There's pictures and everything.
I feel bad. I'm sure there is. You'll have to
you
see
were
if you
like
can find them.
you would have been like 8 or 9, maybe
We were,
10,
yeah.
maybe
I
10.
think we were. I think we were maybe
We
around
were
10
young.
or 11.
We were young,
Yeah.
but she was like, I feel bad because like you bring all your friends up to the cottage, but then like TJ comes up and he gets to go up in a helicopter. It's like no one tells that story.
Damn, that's just what
Yeah.
I do.
But honestly, my mom talks about it all the time. She's like, you bring all your friends up. Do you ever tell them about taking TJ up in a helicopter? I'm like, no, don't tell them that.
Absolutely
Don't
not.
tell them that.
Absolutely not.
All right, Garrett. So
Shut up, Matt. You know nothing. I'll kill you.
I'm already dead anyway. So
Good. He's already dead. You're alive to me, man.
if I go missing, Mr. Garrett Coles has murdered me.
Please help.
Please. This is for the police.
This is for the police. I'm gonna hand this in. I'm gonna hand this in to the local authorities.
All of a sudden, TJ has a podcast with like
He may-
600
he may have
views.
fled
It goes
the,
viral
Yeah.
because it's got like a murderer's confession on it.
Hey, if anyone has to confess
If
anything,
that gets me views, I'm all in.
He may have fled the province by the time that this recording has been posted.
Yeah, what time's this going up? Couple days?
tomorrow morning.
Tomorrow morning? Yeah, all right, I'll be out of here.
As we record,
Works good for me.
This has got to be the most, the closest and most. Actually, no. You know what? Like the closest podcast I've ever done. It was with Brandon and Ryan.
Oh, the first
And it
wrestling
was,
one?
No. It was a while in. I think it was Fastlane. We watched Fastlane, and an hour later, I did the podcast, and it was up that morning.
Didn't you record
Yeah,
it at you didn't because you didn't watch Fastlane here. You watched it at Brandon's, didn't you?
Yeah.
So didn't you do that recording like at Brandon's?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I was gonna say
Yeah.
that was back when you were doing it through your phone, right?
No, that was back when. Whenever I did them at Brandon's house, we'd always use his Blue Yeti.
That's a good mic.
It's a great mic. I'm gonna buy one when I can get one for cheap, just to have.
Brandon's setup in his basement makes me jealous every time I go over there.
It makes me jealous.
He's
too.
got the 2 monitors. He's got the solid mic. I mean, if it wasn't in like Orono, like it was like
Who
some
lives
up-
in Orno?
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
really,
But, like,
seriously.
and I know people I've watched streaming like on Twitch and stuff like that, and then just like YouTube channels. I'm like, I look at their background and I judge them because I have a buddy who just like does whatever he wants, and he's got a way better setup than
Yeah.
you.
Well, that's the thing. It's like we're talking about. There's a couple topics I kind of want to bring up to the. I guess we'll call this a little L table here.
We'll call it a jackpot.
It's not really a round table.
What's the word for like having a pot of like a bunch of different crap in it?
I don't freaking know.
Stew.
It's a stew.
This is the
Stew
Hotter
cast.
Show Stew, where we
The
talk a
stew
little
cast.
bit of everything.
Talk a little bit of everything, folks.
Call it Always Open or something like that.
Always open. I'm going to call this Beers and Podcasts.
Beers and
Beers and Mics.
All right, well,
Cheers, boys. Huh?
Cheers,
Yeah,
boys.
here you go.
Cheers. Cheers to the audience.
Did the mic pick that up?
Probably
Solid.
picked up that. But real quicker, before we go any further, I just want to say something to Garrett here.
Yeah, how you doing?
Because in like 2 days, 3 days,
Less than 24 hours.
I thought you were leaving the 10th
10 a.m.
tomorrow.
Yeah.
Oh,
Why do you think I wanted to hang out with you today?
damn. All right.
I am actually like we're gonna have another Thanksgiving like with my mom's side, and because that's hit and miss sometimes, like just for timing, because like my uncle are out west. But anyway, long story short is they're like, oh yeah, we'll just do like a Thanksgiving dinner like on Monday, and my mom and dad are like, we fly to Atlanta on Monday. Oh well, we could do it like a lunch or whatever. Garrett flies to BC on Sunday. Oh, okay.
What the hell?
And that was like the end of that. So then we just kind of decided that we were going to do it yesterday, right? Because I don't know if anyone has me on Snapchat. My Snapchat story yesterday was all about.
Yeah, I was on Snapchat at all yesterday.
I had the biggest plate of turkey. Oh my god!
I
Yeah,
can't
I saw
wait.
Thanksgiving, like, okay, everyone has a. What's your favorite season?
Well, definitely fall.
Fall.
for sure.
I see.
100%.
I'm the same. I love fall. What's yours?
Honestly, it's probably summer.
Get out of here. What? Good.
I actually do not like Thanksgiving.
Okay, hang on.
Can we kill him?
Hold the phone. Hang on.
can
Hang
we-
on. I got to turn off the mic for a second. What the hell is wrong with you? No, I'm just kidding. You got to turn off the mic.
The
for
best
that.
part is you should probably turn your mic back on.
Already did.
Oh, good job. That was
I'm a
fast.
professional.
Eh.
I'm just
I was like,
66
you
episodes
turn
here.
the mic off so it doesn't spike, so that mine picks it up. But it just falls. What the hell is wrong with you?
That was Garrett turning off his mic.
I'm not a big fan of turkey. And
See, now I can get that, but you got other stuff too, man.
Pie.
Like ham?
Pie.
no,
You don't like ham either?
not really care for it.
Yeah,
Pie.
see, you haven't had Sam's ham, though.
There's a joke there.
Phrasing.
No, that's why I've been.
Phrasing.
Why I didn't say anything.
Okay. So why do you like summer so much?
Get around with buddies, go to the cottage, swimming, all the fun stuff.
I hate all that stuff. I like when I can walk outside in a t-shirt and in complete comfort.
Straight up, leather jacket season.
Yes.
It's cold enough that it's not frowned upon to be wearing a leather jacket. I'm not sweating my nuts off.
That would be someone honking the horn very loudly. Not sure if you guys heard that.
That was
but I'm gonna
loud
leave it
as
in.
fuck.
I don't know.
Pretty
what the
sure
hell
someone died.
Yeah, someone's probably dead.
Someone's probably dead. But
anyway.
I'm pretty far back from the highway too. So the fact that we heard that
Yeah,
clear, I'm pretty sure the
that's
mics picked that up too. That's
I'm not
crazy.
gonna lie, it's kind of impressive. But anyway, what I was saying was it's leather jacket season. I'm not sweating my nuts off. And you know what, though? It's cool, but I love the colors. I love the food.
Yes.
And there's no snow yet.
Mainly the food.
I like snow. Like I'm a winter guy as well, but
So I hate snow.
I prefer being cold to being hot. I would rather be cold than be sweating my nuts off. And that's why I don't like summer, because it's always hot.
Always hot.
Can't cool down.
I'm always hot. I'm always sweating. I hate it.
My grandmother has a saying is that you can only take off so many layers of clothing, but you
Oh,
can
yeah.
always pile more on.
Absolutely.
And I love it because fall and winter are superior to summer in every way. So you can take your summer and shove it.
He's talking to Matt.
Yeah.
Yeah, no.
So Matt, how you gonna defend? You're gonna defend summer more? Or it's just you hill to die on.
It's the one time when everyone just is actually willing to get together and
I'm willing to
More-
get together the rest
more
of the year.
than like winter. It's like
You're saying
okay, we're
people-
gonna go hide.
That's why Matt gets ignored from like March
It's ignored.
to August.
Okay, well, I won't ignore you, Matt. I didn't know you last
We'll
winter,
hang
but I
out
won't
with you,
ignore
Matt. During
I won't
the
ignore
summer
you.
season. It's okay.
It's okay, buddy. We love you.
So we had a topic you wanted to talk about.
Yes, I want to bring something up here, and I want your guys' opinions on
Oh
this.
no, you actually was that going into the whole me leaving?
Yes,
thing?
yes. This I was getting to this.
Yeah. So
and
my
we
flight's
went off it.
at 10 a.m. tomorrow,
10 a.m. tomorrow.
which means I have to leave my house at 7.
Garrett's going to BC
Yeah.
to go.
Live the life.
What are you doing again?
I'm doing some training to be a paramedic. Long story short is when you fuck up and get stabbed, I can make sure you don't die.
At least that's the idea, anyway.
Or
That's-
if Matt gets killed, I can be drunk somewhere in a bar and ignore the call and, just, oh, sorry, that happened on my watch. Whoops.
I thought I was gonna be at the
That's
bar
what
with
you get for liking summer.
See, I thought we'd be at the bar with you though. Most
No,
likely.
Yeah.
no, Matt
Well,
just
not
goes
unless we
missing. Matt just
Oh,
goes
probably.
missing.
I do wander a lot when I get drunk.
I do wander a lot when
I,
I.
do.
So,
I
yeah.
wander away.
What questions you got for me?
I got the question, so I just want to wish you luck.
Oh, well, I
Wish you
appreciate
luck,
that.
And you're like my oldest friend, so
Yeah, I'll be around.
Gonna miss
I'll
having
be
you
around.
around,
I'll
but
be around.
we'll maybe
We'll do things.
we'll Skype.
We'll do that.
podcast
I'll
or
do
something.
I'll do a long time listener, first time caller.
There you go.
Hey, that's my gimmick.
Yeah, Matt's gimmick.
Who's
Listening
Matt?
to-
I don't know who Matt is.
Well, see, that's the funny thing about Matt is the fact that Matt Like literally, I didn't know Matt when I started this podcast out, and then we
Didn't
basically
like
became
one of the
friends.
first times like I was on the podcast? Didn't we talk? How did Matt even join the pod? Like
Yeah, he
wasn't
just showed up
That
one
was one
day.
of our conversations. Like, how did Matt even become our friends? We don't know.
I'm pretty sure like he just
I
when we
don't know.
talked, Matt and I talked about it on his podcast. It was episode 60. You guys come back and listen. Talk about how like it was wrestling really that obviously bonded us for the pay-per-views.
Oh,
and
when
that,
you were
but,
setting
like,
up the panel.
well before that, but
Your
like just
wrestling panel.
he showed up. Yeah, the that hasn't happened in God knows because I can't watch pay-per-views anymore. 'Cause I work night shifts all the time now.
Which I yell at him about.
Yes, I am sorry, Matthew. Here I am saying Matt's going to be a member of the wrestling panel. Then I don't do the
Matt,
shows
so you
anymore.
can you can back me up on this because we're gonna do a little shit talking about the hotter show here for a couple seconds. Do you know TJ is one of the few people who refuses to actually either two things: one, call in sick, or two, book time off for hang out with friends.
Okay, now let me stop right
because
there. I book time off all the time.
I have known you for a very long period of time, but it's you dislike it immensely. You are the kind of man who would prefer to work, and that's your father's genes coming through. Because your dad is a hardworking man. Your
Yes.
dad is one of the hardworking mans I've ever known. But with TJ, it's if I'm working, that's it. He's got to work. He's got to make that dime. He's very hardworking. Whereas I'm like, when I was working at GM, I was like, I got a concert tomorrow. Explosive diarrhea it is this week.
Explosive diarrhea it is this week, boys.
Eric's party's on Friday, but I work Saturday night overtime. I think I broke my leg. Yeah, I can't come in. Broke my leg. You know what I mean? Like for me, I've always
I
like
can't do that.
work is second to me to friends and family, whereas work is like the top line for you. You're a hardworking man.
Well,
You're a dedicated man.
so when I was working at the shop, it definitely was first. Whereas with this place, it's like I kind of need it to be that way. 'Cause I need to make some money. It's not really like, and it's interesting because like there was definitely times when I was at gigs that I chose work over.
Well, because
family
you know
and
what
so
though,
forth.
with that job, I probably would have too.
Yeah.
Because honestly, like you had a lot of fun doing that job.
Oh,
like
absolutely.
you were passionate about it.
Yes, not that I don't have fun at my job now, but it's more now. I'm like, okay, I can't book off this night because if I book off this night, I'm gonna be short a shift this week, and I need that paycheck.
From someone who's never had a job that he actually cared about, I don't understand that. Because literally every job I've ever worked is just to get by.
And when you do,
Yeah,
I think it'd be-
which is
you'd
what
be
I'm
the
really
same
hoping
way.
for this whole paramedic thing
Yes.
is that I'm actually genuinely interested. Because like when shit hits the fan, I'm always like I'm into that kind of thing. When I'm always good. This is gonna sound weird. I am good with chaos. When things are abnormal or unplanned or just like playing it by the ear, like you don't know what the hell is gonna happen. I thrive in those moments. I love that. But
See, I hate that. I hate that. I like everything being regimented. I
Yeah.
know what's gonna happen. I
I'm
like being in
somewhere in
control.
between that where it's like I like the chaos, but I also like to have a slight plan.
that's what because Brian, our buddy Brian, who was been mentioned in podcasts, but not like he's
Yeah, he's mentioned a couple times.
Yeah, we brought him up before. Brian, I've used multiple times when I lived in Belleville when I've been like, dude, like I had a shitty week. What time can you get here for on Thursday? And then like 3:00 in the afternoon, he'll show up, and then we'll make a night out of anything because he knew that like I'm the kind of guy like I don't want to plan. Oh yeah, we'll invite all these people down for this day and like have an orgy. And sometimes I gave him like half an hour's notice. I was like, how quickly can you get to Belleville? So let's have a good time. And so like whenever I needed someone to just like I knew didn't need that much of a time to heads up to like let's go kind of thing, he was my go-to for that for a long period of time. And then when he was dealing with stuff, he did the same thing for me. But I know like with you, I have to give you at least a couple hours of heads up.
I need at least a week now.
Yeah. And which is understandable, and I'm okay with it. But it's like for me, it's always been like you could call me at any time and be like, "Hey, what are you doing right now?" Well, this. Why? Can we do this? Yeah, sure. I'll figure something out.
Yeah.
I'll make it work.
We can make it work, or we can make it work.
Yeah.
But so what the fuck is going on with the world right now with these clowns walking around? Can anyone tell me what's going on with this? 'Cause this is starting
The
to piss
purge
me off.
election year.
Please explain, sir.
It's just there. It's becoming the purge.
That's it. It's becoming that movie.
Yeah,
You got nothing
This
more?
entire conflict,
Have
this
you-
entire conversation makes me uncomfortable. Fucking clowns.
But no, like you have the two major clowns that are going for president. And-
Oh, the Trump and Hillary.
yeah.
Are you calling them clowns?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
And
Why you disagree?
No. I just
Oh, just the way you said that. You were like, oh, I actually think Trump is a genius. I was gonna be like, get the fuck out.
No. See, here's the fun fact is that I don't understand politics.
Cheers you to that,
yeah.
buddy. I have no fucking clue what's going on.
I straight up like if I could have, I would love to have like an hour conversation, sit down, have a couple drinks with any like political leader at any time, because I would literally just look at them and be like, "The fuck, bud."
So like taxes, can you fix them?
And here's my point is that like everyone makes all these big like stinks about like the prime minister or like Trump or Clinton, like the individual people, and then they seem to forget that the government is huge. There are hundreds of people that work in government. It's not just one person's. Yes, we don't live under a monarchy. Monarchy has been gone forever.
Yes.
We still have a queen, but it's more about a respect thing by now, not like an actual policy leadership kind of thing.
Guessing no.
She's like 97.
That and the other thing is the fact that even UK, they have a prime minister that does all the day-to-day stuff. Like the
Queen's
royal
just like
family is just all figureheads.
Yeah, and that's my point is that like everyone always gets like, oh, our prime minister Justin Trudeau is young, stupid, and doesn't know what the fuck he's doing. But he's actually got like head of state, head of military, head of like economy. Like he's got people that report to him, and he's not, I don't want to say the final say, but he has input. But at the end of the day, it's, you know, all these other policies and shit aren't made by just him.
Mm-hmm. He's a dude who he's sitting in a room with a bunch of really smart people.
Yeah.
And he listens to all of them, what they say, and then goes, this is the most logical thing we're going to do.
Yeah. Out of all of your options.
Yes.
And that's what I don't get is like with the whole Donald, like, and you know what's funny? Even though I said I don't understand politics, I do know one thing. There's a third party in the States that has gotten no media attention because of how popular Trump and Clinton are.
Yeah.
It's got 11% of the votes, and in order for it to get media attention, it has to have 15%. And it's the Green Party, ironically enough. But like it's all over Facebook and social media that the Green Party is getting no attention because, yeah, they don't have enough votes, but that's because America's always been a two-party system. Other parties can run, but they don't necessarily get as much focus. Mm-hmm. And I was like, her slogan is literally like, I'm not the lesser of two evils. I just want to get shit done. Paraphrasing, obviously, it's nicer put than get shit done. Yeah. But, and I was like, okay, well, why isn't this a big deal? America's biggest problem right now is that both their electoral candidates are idiots. Right? That's the whole thing is that like she's a piece of what's the South Park? How do they do it? He's a douchebag and she's a turd sandwich.
She's a giant turd sandwich. She's a turd sandwich and he's a douchebag. Did you see that South Park episode though where he's just like,
remember the Wookiees? Remember the Star Wars?
I remember.
What is going on here?
and just friggin' he comes up.
He just comes up and goes,
I have no idea what I am doing. Please do not elect me.
And then everyone just starts
scared.
Like cheering for him every time he says like, do not do. I am not good for this. I would not. And then
I am in so over my head. Please do not elect
me. He speaks from the heart.
What is it? Hillary's thing is,
this candidate is a lie, and do not believe a word he is saying.
Yeah, like he just keeps going saying, don't listen to him.
It's because is Matt clipping or am I clipping?
No, of everyone here clipping, you're clipping.
Maybe it's because we're
crazy.
It's maybe because we can't hear ourselves. So
maybe see, I can hear, so it's like it's not a big deal.
The Hotter Show is actually running cheaper these days. Their financial manager decided not to give its guests headphones anymore.
See, here's what happened. Okay, now let me explain.
Being a cheap
so I invited the boys over to have some beers, record a podcast. Right, that's what we're doing here today.
Which is a good
mics
time
and
so
beers. Mics and beers.
Nothing ever goes
episode
wrong there.
1. And
part of the Hotter Network coming later.
Part of the
this
Hotter
year.
Show network, ladies and gentlemen, coming sometime next year. And my whole thing was I was going to get beer, and then when I went to the beer store, it was closed.
Oh.
So I was like, well, shit. All right. So it was just gonna be mics. And then luckily you guys came through with some beers.
Because you were like, guys, I screwed up and I couldn't get beer. And then both me and Matt like
responded
with, I got you.
I got you. And I was like, oh, thank God. Oh, thank God.
I got like 2 cases in the basement from getting them from Quebec.
Then I had 2 cases from Shenanigans left over.
Yeah.
Which is great. But if we're done talking about politics here.
I didn't even mean to talk about politics. I was talking about the clown situation now. I was going to try and tell you guys what my plan is.
Did you notice how I segue to politics?
Yes.
Because fuck clowns.
See, I think you're going to like this, though. Here's my plan.
No.
I say all of us
murder the clowns.
So here's the whole thing with this clown situation from what I understand.
I don't like clowns.
I don't either. I hate clowns.
Yeah, but I really don't like clowns.
I'm aware.
Okay, good.
We're gonna talk about it anyway.
I fucking hate
Sometimes the best way to face your fear is to talk about it. It's not a clown. So if a clown comes on my property,
you. I'm a murderer.
I'm gonna stab it in the heart with my knife.
I'm gonna hit it with a bat.
I'm buying a gladius.
Chain up in the basement.
Gladius. You know, those little swords the Romans
Short
used to
swords?
use?
Gladius.
Yes, gladius. That's it. Little from Cold Steel. Mm-hmm. I'm literally buying one that's like modern steel and everything, and I'm just gonna. Clown comes on my property.
What are you gonna name
it? I'm gonna fucking gladiator him.
If you have a sword in your family, you have to name it
Do you have to name it before or after you murder somebody?
before.
Does it
So I thought it had to be after you.
I thought it was
After it
after.
adds to the tail, so you name the blade, and then it's all the things the blade has done.
Okay.
right? So this is like
Somebody named
this is
Matthew?
like Cold Steel, who's murdered 17 clowns and her old grandpa in a wooden chair.
I'm gonna murder some clowns, but no, I'm gonna walk around town, and every time there's a clown sighting, I'm just gonna go like arrow on him and stab him. Except for I'm not gonna shoot him with a bow. I'm gonna stab him with a sword.
My ex-girlfriend actually used to take the fact that I was afraid of clowns very, very seriously in the pranking esteem. And because good old Mr. Brandon Bowden, who is an accomplice to all of this, including Mr. Andrew Blewin, who also frequently exerted the fact, God damn it, Matt, this is why we can't have nice things. Anyway, they all like to take care of the fact that I'm not a fan of clowns. I'm actually, I can say it, I'm afraid of clowns. I see
sure.
them, but I'm the kind of fear that it's not that I want to face my fear, it's that I will fight my fear. Yes. Whereas if I see a clown, I'm going to punch it in the face and then just run away screaming. Like I'm not going to see it and be paralyzed. I'm just going to take on it. But anyway, I'm getting around to the point here. The point being is that they used to like put clowns on my desktop all the time, or like, they would change my music, like the background music, to like carnival music, and then hide it. Or I think one year there was a mask involved, and so I literally came and you know when you have a relationship, you always talk about like the future and shit like that, and. Luckily enough, like in that relationship, we knew that was one thing we didn't really talk about a whole lot because neither one of us we were more interested in now. I'm the kind of person who lives in now. I don't plan ahead. I'm not a planning kind of guy. But the ongoing joke was that what happens in Halloween and some kid shows up as a clown? I'm like, bitch, he ain't getting no candy. He goes, if I open my door on Halloween, it's trick or treat, and there's a little kid dressed as a clown. I'm slamming the door in his face. I don't care how old he is.
I'm just picturing this little 5-year-old. It's his first Halloween.
Dressed up as a clown?
Dressed up as like this cute little clown with a little nose. He walks up, knocks on the door, trick or treat, sir. And you just slam the door in his face.
The full slam.
The kid starts crying. He's scarred for life. Never goes outside again.
That's what he gets.
Goes up to be Donald Trump. Like what? Like what? See what I did there?
You brought it around.
But
Segway City.
Segway City. But so... I say that we go arrow on these clowns though.
Yeah.
Okay.
You have failed this city.
I love it. I love that show and I love the Flash.
Can I segue from the Arrow for 2 seconds here?
Absolutely.
So yeah, how far have you watched?
For Arrow?
For Arrow.
I just finished the last season that's available.
Okay, so I think it's in the first season, or maybe it's the second season, when he's got like the Arrow hideout or whatever.
Yes.
In like the basement of the
quiver?
bar. Yeah, and the quiver. You're right. That is totally better.
Injustice.
Yeah. Anyway, he has what's called a salmon ladder, which is basically that workout he does where he has the metal bar and then he has to like use his back muscles and get up. That is my new gym workout goal because like I was watching that episode again a couple weeks ago and I was like, I want to be able to do that.
What's that for? Distracting me from my work.
Yeah, that whole scene, like I saw that again. And I was like, "Yep, I need to be able to do that."
Garrett wants to be able to distract Matthew from his work because Matthew's going to be my Felicity Smoke. Let me explain why.
Matt's going to be your Felicity
Actually,
Smoke.
no, sorry, no. Adam's going to be the Felicity Smoke.
I don't want to distract.
Because he's
Adam.
the brains. He's the brains of the operation.
Can we get someone that looks like Sarah Lance?
We can try.
That actor is hot.
See now, but like it has to be all like my boys. Who's going to be Team Arrow?
Why can't? Why
So
can't there be chicks?
who's Dig? Who's Dig?
Who's
Dig?
Oh, who's
John
Dig?
Diggle? Who's John Diggle?
I'd say Bowden.
Yeah,
Because he's massive and black.
That and he's also your right hand man.
He's also my right hand man. So that means
he's also the kind of guy to get like react really over the top about
so
things.
he'd be
did
John
you
Diggle.
just do that? What the shit?
Yeah, he's John Diggle.
Yeah.
I guess by default I'm Oliver Queen. I guess
I'm-
he gained some weight on the island.
He ate the island.
I'm Oliver Queen if he ate the island. That's so funny.
I'm not gonna lie. I'll take either Roy Palmer or not Roy Palmer. Ray.
You can be Ray. Okay, yes, you can
Arsenal?
be Ray. Yeah, you can be
The
Ray.
original Arsenal before it gets taken over by his sister.
Yes,
Aw,
yeah. You can
I
be,
wanted Roy.
No, you get Thea.
I don't.
You can
What?
be Thea.
You can be
No,
Thea.
you can be.
You can
who's-
be me when you get
You can be. You can
I'm
be
sorry. I'm sorry. I'm Jason Todd. Screw you all.
Jason Todd.
I don't know who that is.
Then me and him can be a good team.
Who's Jason?
Jason Todd is one of the original Robins.
He's the second Robin.
He's the one that gets
turns
murdered.
into,
Yeah,
Red
he
Hood.
gets murdered by the Joker. It's because I lean forward.
Yeah, you keep leaning
But,
forward, and it goes from this to like this.
Again, it's because I have no
Yeah.
headphones because you're a cheapskate.
So okay, let me explain what happened to the headphones. Segway City, bitch. So I have three pairs of headphones, right? One of which, unfortunately, the one side blew out, but they still work. Matt found that out for me.
Yeah.
And the other one, literally, they disintegrated in my hand. I don't know what happened. They were dollar store headphones.
So like you're just holding them and they disintegrated.
I literally went to go put them on, and they just fell apart.
Okay, so you're no longer Oliver Queen then.
No, I'm like,
No, you're Ray Parker. You're Captain Atom.
sweet.
You get that super suit that makes you shrink
I
and
watched
grow.
we watched Sam and I just
You're
started.
not brooding enough to be Oliver Queen.
See, but I could be.
No, you can't.
You know how long it's been since you've been around me in the morning? When it's 7 in the morning, I could be.
Oh God, no.
Yeah, there better be more of those phrasings in the podcast.
Oh,
This is ridiculous.
phrasing
There's
is
only
the-
been 2 so far.
Phrasing has been the best game
Phrasing,
that me and
so
Brandon ever started picking up.
So explain phrasing real quick.
I
here.
love Archer.
So when Archer first launched, the show launched, because me and Brandon say that we created it all the time, but we made it a drinking game. But at the same time, like we turned it into something that has grown way past my knowledge. Like there's people that I run into now, like, oh, do you play phrasing? And I'm like, either someone else has thought of the same idea as me and Brandon did, or
It's a good idea,
this
or it's
far.
just spread.
And either way, I'm like, yeah, no, I know what phrasing is. And phrasing, to all the listeners, is a small drinking game or non-drinking game. You can just play for fun. And basically, whoever you're talking with or having a conversation with, if they make a statement that can be taken even in the slightest way as an innuendo, you call phrasing. And if anyone else knows how to play phrasing is around you, you can vote on it. So in this case, we have TJ, myself, and Matt. And so if TJ said something and I called phrasing on him, and he's like, oh, no, that couldn't be taken dirty at all, Matt would be the deciding vote.
Yeah.
Matt would be like, no,
Matt would probably make it dirty,
that
though.
could be taken dirty. And me and Brandon, we made it a drinking game because we decided that, because we were both watching Archer at the time, which is where the calling out phrasing starts from. We turned it into a drinking game, saying that if you get called on phrasing, it's a drink. But if it goes to a vote and you lose, that's 3 drinks. And those are the only rules. And it just exploded because you don't realize how many things can be taken dirty in the right mindset.
Oh, absolutely.
Especially of like very dirty mind friends like ourselves. Matt.
What? Considering that everything I do is trying to turn something into an innuendo.
That's literally your life goal.
It is.
See, I expect more phrasings out of you tonight.
My sister's friend Sam Luxton.
Shout out to Sam.
Sam and Shelby Luxton. When we grew up in high school, Sam got her sense of humor from me and Shelby because like we're as the older siblings. But like that girl, she's got the sarcastic wit and smarts, but she's also got a very dirty mind. She calls phrasing on me like literally every conversation we have.
And that's, I see after a while it gets old. And
It
got
does.
Dead Soldier over there for Matt.
But it does, but at the same time, it's like, how would that? Oh, okay, yeah, I can see it now.
You think about it and you're like, oh, okay.
Some of the ones that actually you have to think about it, and then it gets even funnier.
Once you realize how dirty it actually is, it gets really funny.
Yeah, like me seeing you in the morning.
That's phrasing.
Yeah.
But like, see, but
Because no offense, I'm done waking up next to you. I'm sure Sam is too.
phrasing. Oh, things I could say. Oh god, this is why Sam needs your own podcast. But
Light at
Deny
night.
all the false claims.
light at night.
Light at night. Coming later on the Hotter Show Network next year.
Yeah, and sometime on the Hot Show Network. But kind of going back to the whole Arrow thing. So when it's like 7 in the morning and I'm going to work, I could definitely be brooding enough.
Oh, yeah?
Like if I just like stand over the city and just look, I could just be like, I felt the city. But like I would, because I want to be Arrow for Halloween.
Do you ever like stand out next to the dumpster at work and just kind of go, I have felt this travel
That's
blazer.
what you see. What's hilarious about that is I am totally the Oliver Queen of my work because of that reason. There are times where I will just like I'll like stand over. Like say like you know like Wendy's like the far corner. I'll just kind of stand there for a second, just look around.
I have felt this
At that like the disaster that is currently unfolding. If it's like a really busy night, I'll just look around, I'll just be like, I failed the city.
Slade Wilson got out again.
It's like Wilson got out. I'm looking at.
I've seen a lot of DC, and you can speak on this too because you actually I know you have a good comic book
Matt
history.
has his comic book history.
He's got some knowledge, but I'm not gonna lie, I was very, very impressed with how they did Slade Wilson, aka Deathstroke.
He is the
in
only
Arrow.
person who should play Deathstroke.
That was, like the way the role was performed was very good. I actually really
Honestly,
enjoyed
I
it.
think Arrow kind of hit its peak in season 2 when they brought Slade as a villain.
Slade Wilson.
Because he was just on point.
He made it so much better.
Like
so good.
maybe the hockey pads outfit was maybe a little bit too much.
Actually,
but the
I don't
fact,
think so.
but
but it's also budgeting and stuff like that.
But his costume looked good.
It did, and
The main thing with
like
the dress
he was just like there was actually emotion in why he's doing
And
the
the
thing he's
anger.
doing. And
He got
anger,
the anger.
He got everything right in to make the perfect villain for that show.
Actually, you know what you should do is you should do a Skype podcast with shoutouts to Sam Hudson
Yes, I want to have Sam on the podcast so
because
bad.
you want to talk
Probably.
comic books. Sam Hudson is the guy. His knowledge of like Arrow and everything like that, he knows his stuff. And
Yeah, see, I don't know the comics in that.
Yeah,
much.
no.
yeah, but he I have had full on conversations over many different nights of just like all the different knowledge and everything like that. And I think I had that Deathstroke conversation with him where he felt that I think he was on the prop side for early seasons of Arrow. I know he wasn't too happy with Arrow 4.
See, now this is the thing.
Too much felicity smoke.
See, now
His words.
I disagree though.
You didn't like season? You liked
No,
season 4?
I like season. I had no problem with season 4. I liked Damien Dark as a bad guy for 2 reasons.
I like
Number
that
one,
actor. I've seen
he
him in
was
many things.
charming as hell.
I've
He
seen
was
him
a
in a couple
hard guy
things.
to hate.
Yeah.
I mean, he'd do something dastardly. You'd be like, "Oh, what a dick!" But then, like,
He plays
was-
the villains you love to hate.
Yes.
Like he's not like, oh my god, I hate you. He's like, all right, so here's the deal. I'm gonna kill you now. Like he's cocky.
Then he like cuts like a pun, and you're like,
Yeah.
"Oh, what was he? What did he say?" He said,
And he's always wearing a
It was
suit.
about Genesis.
Yeah.
He's talking about like Genesis, how like Genesis is gonna like reform and get back to get like something.
Oh, yeah, he made
and he
slam
was just
about-
like he was like,
made a slam about Phil Collins.
yeah, he's like, Genesis, that's impossible. Phil Collins said it would never happen.
Yeah.
And like, I was like, what?
He's always wearing a suit. Like he's the classy villain. He's the villain that his ego, matches his character. And honestly, I think you're right. Damien Dark was cast very well.
He was.
But I still think Deathstroke made a better villain.
He did definitely
Yeah.
because it was.
Well, the other thing with Deathstroke is that they built him up over 2 seasons because they gave him the whole friend brother type role.
Yeah, I like how they gave him the backstory.
In the first season,
Yeah.
for him to become, and then
Yes.
you watched the events unfold of why he became.
Do you know what my favorite part about Arrow is too? Is that he does the first season. He's not Arrow.
Yes.
First season, he's just a vigilante. He's just Oliver Queen going out doing his thing. He doesn't embrace the whole, and he doesn't even call it the Green Arrow, which is, as anyone who knows watching Arrow,
Yes.
that's the whole thing. Is that it's the Green.
He's the
Arrows.
Green Arrow. That's the.
But he never once calls himself the Green. He doesn't call himself I'm the Green Arrow.
Oh, I'm the Green Arrow.
He just plays the role, and then like I think he says the Arrow, like
Yeah.
in the recent seasons.
It was like the end of season 3,
Yeah,
I think.
that's
where
what-
he just like
I
they
think that's what
stayed
he
on like
becomes the Green Arrow.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he states it on like a video post or something like that.
Yeah, and then one of the episodes, they go in time. They travel. There's a little bit of time traveling, and then you get to see him with the goatee, and you're like, oh, okay, now I know what I'm doing.
Yeah, when they do those flashbacks, but it's funny because I look at this talking about the Arrow and the Harder Show here. So who would be my Slade Wilson? Who's my like nemesis?
See, here's the thing:
I don't have a nemesis.
when you and me get along, we're like sidekicks. Like
Yes.
for either one of us, like we're equal portionates. But like when you or me like butt heads, like I can counter you so hard if I
You could
needed
be my
to.
Slade Wilson.
Yeah.
Maybe you need to be.
I
Slade
can be
Wilson.
angry enough to be your Slade Wilson. We'll bring out short Garrett. We'll bring out angry short Garrett.
Okay,
Angry short
Garrett
Garrett.
can be,
will be
can be Slade Wilson.
Midget Wilson.
Midget Wilson.
Come on. Patrick Delaware because the fact he's haunting this.
Okay, hang on.
Patrick Delaware.
Bring it back. Let's just take a second. So, ladies and gentlemen, Matthew Cannons just tried to make a reference to one of my good buddies, Mr. Patrick
Delaware.
And he called him Patrick Delaware.
How you doing, Patrick?
I gotta
Delaware?
cheers you for that, buddy. That was good.
I'll give you 2 points for trying, 1 point for fucking it up, and 3 points for making an ass of yourself.
That was great. That was funny.
Yeah, that's nothing new.
Oh my god.
Welcome to the Hotter
that
Show,
was
where the
funny.
points don't matter.
Welcome to the Hotter Show, where the points don't matter and who's keeping score.
I am.
Ryan Wood. Ryan Wood is
Wood
keeping score.
So,
Where the hell did you get Delaware from?
I don't know, but finish your thought because you were
go ahead,
getting
go ahead.
Well,
something.
just the fact that you're like, he haunts my.
Oh, that he haunts the Hotter Show.
He haunts the Hotter
Yeah,
Show. He haunts
'cause
the fridge.
Because I was like,
He's on the fridge.
So when the boys came over, I had my N64 on, and it randomly channel on my TV randomly changed. I have no idea how
Went
it
from
did it.
AV to HDMI.
Yeah, and it was really weird. Like it didn't. I don't know how it happened. So Garrett says, "Oh, it's Patrick Delaware. He's haunting you."
Yeah.
And I was like, "Pat's not dead." He's like, "Exactly." So
Patrick Delaware the kind of guy that haunts you and you don't even know it.
and he's not dead. He's just
He's just doing what he wants.
But I mean, we all know who it really was.
Ryan Wood.
It was Randy the douchebag ghost.
Oh, yeah.
Insert song here. His name is Randy the douchebag ghost. No, the song's not done yet. His song's not done yet. I'm still waiting for Beyond the Wall to get that song
okay.
out for me. But
Shout outs to Beyond the Wall.
shout out to Beyond the Wall. They're having a really cool show tonight.
Can I
Are they?
segue for a little sec?
You could segue. I mean, I just want to finish my thought on Arrow here.
Okay.
If we ever make this happen, what's going to be the Harder Show to Team Arrow?
Yeah.
I think who am I forgetting? There's Black Canary. That's the only person left who I need to have someone be. Who's the Black Canary?
Sam.
Sam could be the Black
Sam can be the
Canary.
Black. She likes the Black Canary. She can be the Black Canary. All right, cool. So what were you gonna say?
So you were saying shout outs to Beyond the Wall, which, again, good guys.
Shout outs to Beyond the Wall.
Great music. But did you get my message the other day about seeing Outshine live for the first time?
Yes.
So shout outs to Outshine. You guys did a great show for the Yeezys there. I got tickets from Luke Malika, good friend of ours.
Shout outs to Luke Malika.
He took me to see the Yeezys, which do that song Black Rebel on 94.9 The Rock,
Shout out to 95 on the Rock.
which is Brandon Bone's new home.
Shout out to Brandon Bond.
But anyway, got to see. If a lot of the listeners don't know, but TJ's been hassling me about going to see the Outshine.
Usually that's what happens.
Yeah, he's a big promoter of those guys because for the long.
Just a little bit.
just a little
I
bit.
promote them a little bit. You know what else I promote a whole bunch, guys? Is Jaybird Digital Arts. If you guys need any kind of logos, t-shirts, posters, album design, tickets, photo manipulation, you guys still with me? Advertising, business stationery, mailers, brochures, fine art, and literally anything else you can think of, Jaybird Digital Arts can create it. No project is just a generic template, and every single job is a new opportunity to create something unique. Jason's done all the Harder Show logos, t-shirts, banners, and even a meme here and there, so I can promise you that you will love and be inspired by what Jason comes up with. You can find him on the web at www.jaybird, that's JAYBIRD, digitalarts.com. Or you can find him on Facebook under the Jaybird Digital Arts handle, as well as on Instagram. If you happen to use his services, be sure to let him know that TJ sent you.
But the thing is too is that we have an ongoing history of you introducing me to music, of me and being like, yeah, it's all right, and then not listening. Because there was Seven Dust when you and Brandon got really into Seven Dust. You showed it to me, and I was like, oh, these guys are all right. And I listened to songs like Waffle and Denial, and then I was like, okay, that's all I've got. And then a year later, I was like, okay, I'm obsessed with them now. I have 2 of their albums. I'm going to try and get all of them, like I do with almost all of my music. And then with different other music, you were like, oh, check this out. And at first I'll be like, yeah, that's great. And then actually take some time to listen to it. And no, shit, yeah, he's right. I enjoy it. And so I enjoyed it. I actually really liked it. And then I went, okay, every time TJ's ever showed me a band, I end up liking them. So I went to a concert a couple weeks ago. I went and saw the Yeezys with Luke Malika, like I was talking about earlier. And who opens for them at the Oshawa Music Hall but Outshined. And so I actually talked to them for a little bit, told them that, TJ Hodder from The Hodder Show hooked me up, and I've been listening to their music. I really enjoyed it. And I was like, these guys put on a really good concert. And I didn't really think about it before because I always separate, my concert going activities with my work mind and things like that. But I put a lot of effort into going to see as many concerts as I can per year. And I always realize now that a lot of my music interest, I deny at first. I'll find a band that I like, And I'm like, they're all right. And then I'll listen to them more and more, just casually every once in a while. And then I'm like, okay, yeah. Holy shit, I'm in love with these guys. And it was the same thing with Outshine. Like, you had showed me some of their stuff before, and I was like, okay, yeah, whatever. And then all of a sudden, holy crap, I need their EP. I need their EP and everything like that.
Yeah, they're one of those local bands, especially like when people see them live, like they're like, oh.
Yeah, like,
But it was the same thing with Matt, was because like when I first met Matt, like we said, Matt kind of showed up out of nowhere. Was half the reason was because we were concert goers. Mm-hmm. Matt is someone who's like me, you'll see a couple concerts a year, won't you? You'll see like 4 or 5.
No, it's more than that. Last year was 12. This year,
I'm at 11 right now. I've seen 11 this year.
I haven't seen 11 this year, but I have tickets to get me up to like 11. I need to find that one more concert to match last year.
But I think it was last year, the year before that, we saw Breaking Benjamin.
Breaking Benjamin. We actually just randomly ran into each other.
Ran into each other. Like, we had already been hanging out. We had already been drinking buddies at this point. Like, I've only known him for a couple of months. And then I'm at the Breaking Benjamin concert with Justin Andrews. And all of a sudden, look over my shoulder. Is that Matt? That is Matt. Holy crap.
Matt knows everybody.
Yeah. Matt's everywhere.
And you were, Matt, you were at the Outshine show in Oshawa, right? When
the one with Pop Evil.
Yeah. How's that? Did you like that?
That was good. We came in a little bit later, but I had the first time I saw them was back when they were playing in the Blues and Jazz Club.
Okay.
That's right.
With my good friends, the Stormcrows.
Oh yeah.
Shout out to the Stormcrows.
And they were playing, and they actually did a double set that night. And I'm like, first time I heard them, I'm like, these guys are good.
What's their guitarist's name again?
The guitar singer, Brandon Hastings.
He looks like the kind of guy he can go one of two ways, because me and Luke actually had this conversation. Mm-hmm. Brandon has a very good singing capability. He looks like the kind of guy that he's really enjoys performing music, and his voice when we were listening to him, he's like, okay, he's good, but he could be so much better. And then we listened to his guitar playing, and we're like, okay, his guitar playing's really good. He can be so much better. But then we realize it's because he's got to do both, right? He's trying to sing really well, and he's trying to play guitar really well. So either he goes and becomes like the full-time singer and maybe switches to rhythm guitar, and if they pick up another guy, I know right now they're a 3-piece, and like his singing could go miles. Like he has the capacity to be a very, very talented singer. Or he takes a step back from the singing duties, they pick up a new singer, and he goes full on to just blowing people away with his guitar skills. Because some of the solo stuff that he was playing with his guitar, it was great. It was just genuine fun and good to listen to. And then but he was trying to do crazy solos and everything like that while singing really good notes at the same time. And while they worked together, I honestly feel it would work so much better if he was able to spend all of his focus on maybe doing one job, which I know is the hardest part about having a 3-piece. Is trying to split singing duties and guitar playing duties at the same time.
Because when they started off, they were 4-piece.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And
so he's kind of picking up the slack right now.
Yeah, right now he's picking up the slack for another awesome guitar player, and then on top of vocals.
I'm not trying to put them down in any way because their music was great. I just feel like they all have, because they're all young guys. They have the capacity. Their drummer was on point. Holy crap!
He's one of the best drummers I've ever seen.
I honestly, watching him play as a drummer myself. Oh, I have mad respect for him. And he wasn't even playing on his own kit. That's the hardest thing is as another drummer, you can't just sit down on anyone's kit.
And the crazy thing is with those guys is in their music, they do not show off. Brandon is 10 times a better guitar player than he lets on in his
That's what
music.
I was saying is you could see it though.
And Dylan is 10 times a better drummer, and Braden is 10 times a better bass player, and he is a secret shredder, I call it.
Yeah.
Because that kid, when he picks up a guitar, he shreds.
Yeah.
But spending the time I did with Brandon and that in the store, literally, that's a guy who he's honestly probably one of the best guitar players I know.
He's very talented.
And I know a lot of very good guitar players.
And that's the thing with me and Matt is because again we're frequent concert goers. Oh, yeah. We'll talk after for weeks about different, not picking it apart so to speak, but just kind of different things we've noticed.
I just loved your face during the
Five Finger
Death Punch.
Oh my god, I had
Jeremy
I need
Spencer of Five Finger Death Punch, the drummer.
They did a drum solo.
He just went for a drum solo, and Garrett's face was just dropped. You were he was in the zone. He was just oh my god, I can't believe this is happening.
So basically, to sum it up, he was doing a metal tom solo, and then in the middle of it, throwing in a lot of swing beats on some Mexican hand toms. So basically, it'd be over here doing one thing, and then keeping the pace with his feet and going over, and then playing something with his hands without sticks, and then going back and forth, and it worked, and it was just drums, and it sounded like 4 different instruments, and I was sitting there, and my sister...
Very, very talented drummer.
Oh, he's very, very talented, but my sister has a photo of me, and my face is just like, duh, how the fuck did you do that?
So was that for both of you guys there? Because like I'm seeing a lot of concerts. All the concerts I've seen this year were local concerts, which to me... That's the thing with me.
Honestly,
like,
Five Finger Death Punch at the GM Center was the perfect venue for them.
Yeah.
Because it was small enough that like everyone could get up close and personal with them, but their music was still the solid sound that Five Finger Death Punch is.
Yeah.
You would have been in your prime.
Oh, yeah, for sure. If I didn't have to work, I would have been there.
That pit was fun.
Oh, yeah? You had a blast?
Oh, yeah. Me and Luke went into the pit.
Did you pit a lot? Are you a pit guy?
I usually pit at least once a concert, if not more.
See, I'm not a pit guy. I like the pit.
I've been pitting less than I was in the past, but that's mainly just, I think, more... Like, I just can't keep going. But the fact of, like, I do like to get into the pit, go and...
You know what? I think that makes a good point, too. And I think this will be a good little closing topic, too, is, like, bringing it all back to the whole personalities about how you are such a hardworking man kind of thing. Is, like I said, is I will take the time and money to go see concerts, to just have that outlet to go do that and just... zone out for a couple of hours, watch someone play music, and if one day I get the chance to do that myself, maybe even do that. And it's almost like a bit of like a 4-hour, 5-hour dream for me. But I think it's different for you. I think you because we're on the same page about taking time off to go have that outlet. You do it like you get more connected with it because you don't do it from a musical standpoint. You're literally enjoying every second. You go into the pit, you enjoy the pit. You're all about it.
Yeah, like I'm one of those guys that I'll get right into music. When I'm at a concert,
But you have no rhythm.
I have absolutely no rhythm whatsoever.
Okay, now let me stop you right there.
Man, you gonna die for a second?
Because Matthew Cannons, I have never seen anybody dance
terribly
like Matthew. Now let me stop you there again, because not only did Matthew Cannons dance wonderfully.
Oh, when he twerked with salt and pepper?
He was twerking. He was twerking. Ladies and gentlemen, if I could have gotten that on video.
There is that on camera, and I do not.
That ass for me. Shake that ass for me. Shake that ass for me.
That's what
I had to fight for not to get up there.
Yeah.
See, but once you got up there, you were loving it.
No, I meant the fact of right now I had a fight to not.
To not get up and start. I mean, you want to break it down in the middle of my
kitchen floor. You can break it down in
the
Hotter Show Studios.
But yeah, no, I don't know. When I go out, I like to have a really good time.
Yeah,
for sure.
I don't mind making a fool of myself because I'm like,
you're having fun.
I'm having fun. I'll take anyone up to dance. I'll do what. It's just have a good time. I'm one of those people that like even at the Nuke Duo gigs, I'll start making people hit the dance floor. Trying to get people into it, because the fact of like there's just we're just sitting here talking and they're just playing, and then there's like the nights where everyone gets into it and there's just like
like for songs like I'd Walk 500 Miles and stuff like that.
Rover,
like there's different songs where they actually get the crowd involved, and I think that's the thing
Asshole.
too is like asshole, where I actually go up and sit on Luke's drum like an asshole.
You are an asshole.
You are an asshole.
Honestly, but I think that's the thing too is that like I wasn't trying to put you down earlier when I was saying that like we do things differently, but like it's not priorities. It's just we change what we focus on because we get more out of it. I think you get more out of music as an entity, like music, like hearing it for you, like you can take it anywhere.
Yeah, I would much rather sit down and
enjoy
play
it.
Guitar myself and sit alone and listen to music than I would rather
go out and
do it and that kind of thing.
Whereas while I love music and I'd love to do that exactly, I'd rather go out and find other people who want to do the same thing and talk about it and enjoy it and just like revel in it. And Matt's the kind of guy who wants to go out.
I'm the kind of guy that goes, I want to go out and have a good time. I have absolutely no musical skill.
But you want it there. You want the...
But I enjoy music. But it's the fact of I enjoy music and I get into it with everyone else.
You enjoy it as an accent.
Yeah.
I enjoy it as
like
a focus, and you enjoy it as a focus. Mm-hmm. But we're two different forms of focus.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because I respect everyone that plays, but I can't do it. So it's like, okay, what can I do? Well, I can go out and have a good time. If I'm having a good time, it increases the guys playing because they're like, those guys are having a good time. Whoa. We're gonna go and we're having good fun time too. So it's
and from a musician standpoint, that's one of your favorite things is when you're playing something and someone you see is clearly enjoying it.
Yeah,
it it's like any kind of entertainment or performance. I mean, when I sit and I do the podcast, and then I have say like Matthew, you message me and you're like, oh dude, like I enjoyed this episode and here's why, or I just listened to this episode, this made me laugh, or hey dude, you did this one episode and it was kind of crappy, like, and it's like I'm like, cool, it's good. So like when I'll
send you little like one-line things while I'm listening to it. I'm like, well, this, or like, yes, no.
You'll be like, I wasn't feeling that one thing you did there, or whatever.
But I think
the big thing was that.
I think that's what it is, though. Is at the end of the day, we all get something different out of it, but it's all something we all enjoy. Like even with the podcast, like your listeners all probably have them on for different reasons. For me, I have it on when I'm doing work. Like I'll just put it's just something on in the background. I think maybe that's a good point to close off on too. Is that everyone enjoys music and podcasts and everything for different reasons, but you can't really hate on it.
Like I'm one of those. I'm same with you. Where while I'm working, I need music. I need something going on. Otherwise, because working in the automotive industry where you're just a line worker, you're doing the same job over and over again. Something else has to take your mind,
or else you're gonna go fucking crazy. I know, even just like for me, even at work, like I'm fucking wiping tables, and I would kill to be able to put on a podcast and freaking work and not have to, or music and just not have to worry
anything
about
to
it.
Not focus on what you're doing.
Yeah, because if you're just sitting there thinking, it's gonna feel like you're just there for an eternity, and fuck talking to your coworkers, like.
Who wants to socialize?
I know.
Sometimes you just like you can be in a situation like me, where like I get along with all my coworkers, luckily. But it's like there are some days where you just you don't want to talk to anybody. You just want to sit down and do your work. Like I know, like when you like would Snapchat me, like when you're doing a night shift.
Mornings is the worst though. Mornings is where I'm like, I don't want to be here. Put music on.
You want mornings? I used to work with a guy who literally he's 47 years old. He's Venezuelan. And literally, I go in. My shift starts at 6:30, so I'm on the line at 6:30. You know me, my issue with coffee, right? Like, I drink a lot of coffee. This is the guy that at 6:30 in the morning would want to have conversations about religion and its power in the Middle East.
And it's like, bro,
and bro, for this. I don't care. I'm too tired. I haven't had my coffee, and I swear to God, shut up.
We're not having a religious debate right now.
Yeah.
Except for one time he brought up like ancient Egyptian and like oh my god, Middle Ages with like chivalry and things like that and swords and crossbows, and I was like, I've played enough Age of Empires to make my way through this.
I've played enough Age of Empires to get this.
Use your words.
I just lost my train of thought.
Oh, well, that's too bad.
Matt keeps trying to get a word in. We're just not letting him talk.
Because fuck Matt, that's why he doesn't like.
But no, like
he likes summer.
In the morning and that I do not function till first break where I get food.
I do not food. Mine's coffee.
I don't drink coffee, but I need food and I need a little bit of time to wake up.
Yeah. See, my thing is, I'm at the point now, and I think talking mornings is going to base end this off. I'm at the point now, like, because I've been working so many night shifts.
Yeah.
I got up.
Are you actually working genuine nights? Or are you just working
to the 2 to 10, 2 to 10, 3 to 11?
So you're working evenings because you can't call it night shifts until your shift starts at 6:30 p.m. and ends at 7 a.m.
Yeah, or at least like 10:30 a.m. Because I was doing 10:30 p.m.
When you go to bed when the sun rises, that's a night shift.
A night shift. It sucks. I've only done a couple of them and they suck.
I hate them.
See, but if you did one for like 2-3 months in a row, would you
I did it for 2 years.
I honestly, if I had my preferred shift, it would be midnights.
See, I'm an early morning guy.
You're a serial killer.
I am.
You're a serial killer because I'm an early.
He likes summer and doesn't like fall, and he prefers night shift.
I'm also a clown.
Killing Matt. Matt's
going to secretly dress up as a clown. See,
like I said, back to the beginning. Police, listen to this. Garrett is going to kill me. If I go missing within the next day, it's Garrett, and he has fled the
Matt, I got a question for you.
What?
How'd you enjoy being on the podcast?
I enjoyed it well.
Good, because you're never going to be on it again. This is your last time. Say goodbye, Matt. Say goodbye. Say goodbye. No.
Bye, everyone.
No tears.
No more.
Only dreams now. He just killed him. All right, so Matt, thanks for being on the podcast. I'm just fucking looking over.
He's just fucking.
Matt's just selling it right now too. He's just
selling it like a champ.
Selling it. So Matt's dead.
Matt the Mark Cannons, everybody.
Matt the Gans. So Matt, thanks for hanging out, buddy. Thanks for bringing some beers and hanging out.
Mics and beers went pretty good, I think.
Mics and beers episode 1 went pretty good, I think. Garrett, thank you for hanging out and talking.
No problem. Don't bring up clowns ever again.
And yeah, we'll do this again. All right, guys, that was my conversation with Matthew and Garrett. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Hope you guys got some laughs out of it. I had no idea where that was going to go. Definitely went in a different direction than I thought, but I think this whole mics and beers thing is definitely something that's going to be done more in the future. My whole plan with that eventually would be to have literally like myself, Garrett, Matthew, Ryan, and Brandon all in a room drinking beers and just like let the debauchery unfold and just see what would happen. I think that would be freaking hilarious. So definitely going to do that again in the future. But thank you to Matt and Garrett for hanging out with me and for supplying the beers. Especially Garrett for supplying the Moose Head. That was some good drinking. Haven't had a Moose Head in a while. But hope you guys enjoyed it once again. And thank you very much for tuning in, no matter how you were listening, whether you're listening in on the SoundCloud. If you are, be sure to hit that subscribe button and leave a like on this podcast. And, of course, comment your life away if there's anything that was said in the podcast that you want to comment on. Never, ever hesitate to help podcast. Always love to talk to you guys. If you are listening on the YouTube, be sure to hit that subscribe button, leave a like or dislike on this video, depending on what you thought of it. And, of course, comment your life away. Flame wars, I try to avoid them. But, you know, if you want to start one, I guess go for it. Just no racism. And, of course, last but not least, if you're listening in on the iTunes, which you guys know is the easiest way to listen to The Harder Show, be sure to hit that subscribe button so that you don't have to think about it, guys. Every single time an episode is uploaded, it will automatically be downloaded to the device of your choosing. You do not even have to think about it. You will just turn on your device and go, oh, new Harder Show. Cool. So that's going to do it for me here today, guys. Again, thank you so much for tuning in, clicking that play button. And I will catch you guys next time on The Harder Show. Take it easy.